We go back to the funeral where we see Paeris take a seat, and Gwilla, you are up next, and we get to the podium, and all eyes are on you.
Alright, well, Gwilla goes up to the stand. She kind of like grips the podium, because a feeling kind of comes to her that's a little different. I mean, she knows that Ellie's not really dead.
Right.
But
she knows the rules.
A very specific memory comes to her. And she says, when I, against all impossibility, like the others, was brought back, Ellie was the first person to ever hug me outside of my father. And I've never felt that before. I've never been hugged by anybody but my father. She really didn't deserve that. To be snuffed out so suddenly on a second chance. I felt kinship with her, like I do the others. But there's just something so special about somebody you don't even know, against all odds and all understanding, relating to you the moment they meet you, and hugging you. I hope that she's happy where she is, whatever that feels like to her now. And I think I will leave it on that note.
That was beautiful. It's now mail time.
You just got a letter. You just got a letter. You just got a letter. Wonder who it's from.
No, for Mommy. No. Mommy. Now, for context, if you could just summarize what you wrote to this person and who this letter is to.
Absolutely. And to just also re-clarify, preface here, these were not letters I shared with anybody. I kept them secret.
Right, and so did these guys.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was the consensus, but I figured it was. Okay, so I wrote a letter to my mother, despite the complications of our relationship. And I basically, to sum it up, was saying to her that I'm very conflicted about loving you because I don't agree with basically most of what you've decided to do with your life. I don't like the way you've treated my friend, or how many people you've killed, but despite all that, still find myself wanting a relationship with you, and I don't know why. Where do we go from here?
This letter was addressed to the Great Dragon.
Yes, it was. I am pretty great.
Yes. Gwilla the Great. He'll put that on a statue. Your second.
Oh boy, we're thinking that far. And I'll read it out loud. I'll read this one in her voice. I know you're gonna read the second one.
I'll let you open it though, because that's fun.
Okay. Daughter, if I may call you, I can hardly forgive them myself. I'm not surprised by any conflict you must feel talking to me. Many persons in Dragon's Hearth now gather and demand I be executed. There are days when I cannot leave this chamber, for fear that I may give them what they want. I will not beg you for forgiveness or understanding. You have already showed me too great a kindness by sparing me in the arena. I do not know if I will ever feel worthy of that. Isabella tells me the best thing I can do is try to use my life and my power to aid you. So I pray that is enough. To answer your question, I would have happily raised you if I had felt at the time that I had the freedom to. Fool that I was, I did. I just refused the chance, if it meant giving up Izzy. Knowing what I know, I would have taken you and flown to Dragon's Hearth. I will never not be sorry for that mistake, even if you should ever forgive me. But it is clear that I am a poor excuse of a parent, as you have become a greater dragon without me. D. Mother, only if you please.
Now, who was your second letter to?
Both Prospera and Sidra.
Oh. Fuck yeah!
I will treat the vessel as such. It is not just Prospera. And Prospera can get mad at me all she wants, but she decided to possess Sidra. So, here we are.
Take that, bitch.
You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. So what did you say to Sidra and Prospera?
That one is a little more complex. But basically what I did to both of them was I made them 2 friendship bracelets that look similar to the flower crowns that Prospera used to make with her followers. And I sent her an empathetic letter basically saying that I understand why you're angry, why you're in pain, basically telling her all the reasons why I empathize with the feelings she's having. And that if there was anything I can do at this point, it is to give you what true friendship should actually be. And I hope that you can find that trust in me someday. And I addressed it to both of them.
You can open it, and then I'll read it.
It's got pretty color.
Yes, it's rainbow, because she's a gay icon. Like the Babadook.
Absolutely.
Did I tell you guys I met that guy?
Did you?
Yeah, the artist who made the Babadook book.
No way. Oh my god.
Yes, the letter is titled True Friend.
Oh my.
Or that might be sarcastic, but
It's in parentheses.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And she can do it how she wants. I'm not gonna make her do anything.
Oh boy.
Finally!
Oh, she's back.
Someone writes me a letter. Oh, Gwilla, you're always so cute. I could just eat your skin and have your eyeballs in my tea because who would need sugar cubes?
Wow. Whoa.
Love the bracelets, by the way. But Sidra says she already has one from Ellie. I'm keeping mine, even if I can make a better one than yours.
Oh.
Perhaps I can teach you sometime. You know, Gwilla, we could always be friends. Like you said. I know you have a deep connection with my mommy dearest.
Oof.
But she really isn't all that great. I could teach you things she never will. I could make you never die again. Did you say you did say you wanted to be my friend, didn't you? You're really desperate to be my friend. I'm starting to think you have a little crush on me. Or maybe you think you can save me, the absolute worst of the worst. That there will be hope for someone like you, too. Ah, yes, that's it. You act tough and noble and righteous. Every day, you're still doubting yourself. Wondering if you'll be worse than your mother, or a burden to your fake wizard father and your friends. Newsflash, Gwilla! Friends hold secrets from you. Like Ellie. Ellie had some chit-chats in Ivory Pines with Florence Forget-Me-Not before the attack. Bet she never told you about that. Too bad she's dead now. That was probably your fault, too. I saw through Tiger Lily's eyes that day. You could have tried harder, just say. Prospera. P.S. Sidra is letting me take the real reins now. So good luck trying to reach her.
I respond to the letter shortly. Out loud to myself.
Out loud to yourself, yes. Sorry, she was such a bitch.
No, that was amazing.
love it.
That was amazing. That was very good.
This is the villain.
I think it's interesting that she thinks I would take this personally.
Ooh, love that.
I really do want to make friendship bracelets.
Aww.
Love it. Before we do your scenes, there is a bonus scene that I want to do with you.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it doesn't just include you.
Alright.
Ooh.
Gwilla, you, Val Mosalith, may and Ellie
Hi.
are all in the moon tree grove.
Ooh.
Val puts his hand on the tree before turning to you three. I'm returning to the front lines. Enola, the doctor, needs me. Your cousin, Ellie, Penelope, she needs me. Hang on. I have to try. But before I go, there is something I must tell you three. He kneels down to May and smiles. I'm sure your life is already plenty complicated, but a friend told me you should know that I'm your grandfather. May's eyes sparkle. Your father is my son. And
What?
He looks to Gwilla with shame in his eyes.
I think Gwilla would probably, just be like... Excuse me?
He turns to Ellie, which, I'm afraid, dear, makes us related by marriage.
Okay.
And you are both May's aunts.
When did you find this out?
Wait, how is Gwilla May's aunt?
Because
Aunt-in-law kind of thing.
adopted aunt.
Oh, okay. Get control of your kid, God!
Give him a sec. There's always a lot more that we don't know behind the scenes.
Wasn't that cut and dry. I had, and he looks at May, covers your ears. I had relations with the Queen Mother. I should have known better. But if it makes any difference, she is the woman I've loved the most in my whole life. In that way.
Did you know she was pregnant?
I assumed it was with the king's child. And then, when the child was born and he lifts his ears off of May, he was drow. And it would have been obvious, and he would have been executed.
But he doesn't look drow now.
That's because I made a serum, and I made him a tiefling. It was the only way to hide his race, and I'm the reason he's red.
I'm really trying to hold my composure together.
You don't have to. You can scream, yell. I've imagined it all 100 times.
I think you gave him a worse fate.
I did. I absolutely did.
But I don't want you to disappear with yourself into yourself. I want you to sit with the feeling, and I want you to get back up, and I want you to keep trying for yourself. No matter how many painful things come out.
Okay.
Because, god damn it, I love you.
I love you too.
And there is enough repressed emotion in this family.
That is also my fault.
Don't blame yourself.
Okay. So, I tried to raise the boy as pretending to be his mentor, hand to the king. It became very difficult because I knew when he didn't. At times, he even told me he wished I was his father, and that's when I started to make plans to take the queen and him and run away. We were caught. The king found out about everything, and he said he would spare them if I never came back. He never understood why I left. They couldn't tell him, and I became a recluse. Until you. Gwilla, if I had never seen you in the woods, I don't think I'd be here today.
Which is why it kills me whenever you say that you felt like a burden to me because you were the only thing that kept me going.
Then can you please promise me something this time forward? You will communicate with me.
Yes. I will tell you everything from now on. It's the least you deserve, and you're giving me so much more grace than I expected.
It's because that is the healthy thing to do. And it wasn't just you. I could have also told you how I felt. And I chose not to.
Because I taught you that.
Not necessarily. I kind of think I always had that internalized. Mind you, you didn't find me as a baby. You found me as a young child. I always wondered why I was alone in the woods, only with animals. I started to wonder for a long time from watching families from outside the forest wall. Was something wrong with me? Is that why I was out here? I was too scared to go out and try to ask, and I didn't even know how to talk.
I didn't help.
You did more than anybody else, though.
I was all that you had. I could have done more, and I will do more now. Ellie, I'm sorry for everything. I didn't make my son do those things, but I didn't help.
Well, you tried, I guess.
Now he's just a monster in the castle. When you get to the castle, please remember, I know he caused an entire genocide. But that's because he didn't get a chance to be a person himself. And if things had been different, I'd like to think he wouldn't have been that person.
May just signs jerk? Because that's all she's heard of her dad. She doesn't know her dad's real name.
I don't want to promise we'll fix him because I don't know what's wrong, but
Just consider, I don't expect you to fix him. If taking his life is a mercy, then do that.
He starts actually just bawling. He's crying now.
I think Gwilla would go over and hug him.
May's hugging him too, even though she doesn't quite understand like the gravity of this situation.
Ellie is definitely not. She's
having a moment, which is
I don't want to say that she's like. I think she just feels like she's not a part of this. Like she's not entirely sure why she was here for this. I guess she feels like a disconnect.
I think he brought you here because you're Sidra's sister.
Yeah.
And May's aunt. And from the little you've known and seen, Cadmus is kind of part of the reason Sidra is the way she is right now.
Right.
While I'm still hugging my dad, can I outstretch my hand to you? You can choose to hold it or not.
I think she's actually going to take a step back. She just wants to leave you guys to do your thing as a family, and she feels like she's not necessarily a part of that, I guess. And she's not upset or anything. She's just like, this is your business. I don't really have a connection to this guy, you know? He isn't anybody to me, really.
He's just some wizard guy.
Right. At the end of the day, I have no...
I guess we'll end with Ellie walking away. What was the first scene you wanted to do?
Okay, the first one was Prospera memory marble with Val. He would be very hesitant, but this would take place like going to visit Wick because I properly wanted to introduce my dad to Wick.
Oh yeah.
Find out about the house, and then we do the marble scene in like a secluded part of the house.
So we're in the house and we're smelling stew and spices and Nani is cooking up. a dinner. A big dinner. And she is sassing Val back and forth. There were no spices in these cabinets. No spices.
I hadn't lived here in a while.
And she goes off, and Wick is sweating. He's groomed to the point where he looks uncomfy in his own clothes.
Should I vomit? Should this not be the shirt I wore?
I feel it's important that in this moment, you don't overthink it.
Oh, okay.
It's very easy to do,
Yes.
especially in my family.
All I know is that I love you and I want him to like me.
All I know is that at the end of the day, he's not dating who I am, and it's my choice.
That's true.
At this moment, Burst walks in eating beef jerky. He looks around, chewing on it. Who the fuck is the old man?
Where the fuck did you get that beef jerky?
You fucking want some?
I don't actually know if I like beef jerky. But to answer you, the old man is my father.
Excuse me if I don't see the relation.
Adopted.
Ah, that makes sense.
I guess we have something in common.
Yeah. Then he goes, "You're staying for dinner, Burst." Fine. The one person he can't argue with.
Did he ever get back with his boo?
They haven't spoken yet.
Shit.
That's a side quest y'all have to do at some point. But
Do that for sure.
dinner is pleasant enough. Val is trying hard to set the table and maybe overhost for someone who doesn't live here anymore. And Nani just gently is guiding him steady, no. Yes. Good.
I could have used you while I lived here.
Yes, you could have. Would have been a lot better around here.
Yes, I would have.
He sits down.
So, love what you wanted, the place.
He's smiling to the point where it hurts.
Oh my goodness. I think you can also let your guard down. We're going to be having enough tension as it is throughout all this whole war. I don't think we need to make it in a place that could be a happy memory.
You should try the squash curry. Oh, suppose I should. And he tries it. It's so spicy. My nose is running.
I think I would lean over and be like, he's never really been able to eat spicy food, so it's a little bland.
He's not gonna like dinner.
Valpyrion's palate gets absolutely decimated.
He's on the shitter for a while. He's on a toadstool for a hot minute. And Burst is just smirking from across the table, staring Val down maybe you could eat some more curry. It's a little rude to leave your plate so full.
Right.
Approximately how old is Burst supposed to be?
I see him as he's 20, but he acts like he acts 16. He's still in high school mentality.
Which is weird because technically Kay's his apprentice.
Right. He's good at what he does.
Right.
He's really good at what
He's
he does.
just
And Kay comes from a background of beating things up. That's why she's a barbarian.
right.
So, I feel like I'm probably the most mutual connection in the room at the moment. So, proper introductions. Father.
Me.
This is my boyfriend, officially. Lick.
Who's also married.
Yeah, how is your husband here?
And Wicket gets so sweaty. He's like,
He's made out of fire. How can he be sweaty?
you can still sweat. and
Little drops of magma are coming off of him.
and Val leans in and goes, if you're Polly and Gwilla's wife, that's fine. But if you are leaning on my daughter, I can make a fireball as big as the sun.
What was that threat again?
I could make a fireball as big as
Before
the
that.
sun. Oh, if you're taking advantage of my daughter.
Okay.
Word.
I can assure you, he's not. We both agreed to this arrangement so that he could pass on his title to someone that would use it properly. He didn't want the power.
No, I do not. At this, Val sort of sniffs because his nose is still drippy. That is a rare thing these days. Men not wanting power.
His husband gave me this, and like I hold up the worm.
Oh, it's so cute!
Its name is Reem, and I feel like it would just stare at my dad and be like,
Oh, I love it. Oh, it's so cute. Tell his husband I demand one for compensation. For emotional damage.
to be honest, I don't know where you find them. I made a pact with him that any
His
living-
husband's rich, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? He can get the money to find it.
Fair enough.
I'll mail him a letter. Yes, you would? We've only ever kissed, and that is more than you should have said.
He's spicy. It's the curry.
So is this when you pull him away for that side scene with the marbles?
Yeah, I think I know a good transitional point. I think I'm gonna lean over to Nani and be like, hey Nani, I think I do need to tell my dad something, and before this gets more awkward, would you have any ideas about maybe how to distract him for a moment with a different topic?
Boys! Both of her sons just look up. I can't lift the trash bag. I'm on it, Nani. No, I'm on it. No, I'm on it. No, I'm on it. And then
Sparking run.
yeah. And she winks at you.
Thank you.
Men love lifting things for me.
Bless. You know what? Get it, Nani.
Not like that!
Is that the wrong turn of phrase?
Yes!
Then, good for you.
Thank you. It's good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand up awkwardly and be like, anyway, and then go over, like, grab my dad's hand and be like, I have to talk to you about something.
Okay, yes. Please, take me out of this room.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of pull him into where my old bedroom area used to be, like over near the tree thing. And I'm just gonna...
You realize this is now Burst's room?
Shit.
And the sign on the door did say, keep out.
Maybe I would have just about go into it, see the sign and be like, okay, not this way. I'm gonna go over here.
Just flip the sign over.
Flip the sign over and go in anyway.
I'll kind of pull him into like a corner in the hall area. And I'll kind of lean in and I'll pull out a marble, just kind of forgetting for a second that he can't even see it, and be like, it's about this.
What?
Okay.
Wait, I thought you could see them if you were dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead. He can see it. Oh,
Oh, good, yes, you can see it.
yes,
I wasn't sure for a second.
yes. Thank you. I forgot my own lore.
LOL.
I don't know how you're going to react to this, but I still kind of wanted you specifically to do this with me if I had the chance.
Alright.
I didn't think I was going to get it, but this is a memory marble of Prospera.
Oh no. No.
Wait, and then she grabs his wrist. He's like, I I understand what she did to you.
And what I did to her?
Yes. I was kind of seeing it through your eyes at the same time. But we'll get into that later. This is important, and I feel like we should both see it.
Alright.
If you really feel like it's too traumatic for you, though, you can wear my blindfold.
Or just close my eyes. I can close my eyes. Could do that.
Or wear my blindfold.
Okay.
Because you can cover your ears then, too.
Oh, okay.
And you can hold my hand.
That would be nice. And he holds your hand. What question are you asking?
I want to see the last time Prospera was truly happy, be it with a friend, a follower, or family member. I'll let you pick.
Okay.
And before she was corrupted.
Okay, cool. Roll a d20.
Okay. Oh no. Dang it. I really wanted to see this though.
What's the number?
Oh, I got a 5. I don't remember if I had anything to it in this
You add your wisdom, I think?
Okay, let me play out there. Still doesn't do very well. It's an 8.
It's an 8?
Yes.
Doesn't she get 2 rolls because she knows her?
That's what I was gonna say.
She doesn't know her personally.
Even though they exchange letters?
That's not enough to be like besties with someone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
But she called me your best friend.
They made friendship bracelets.
they made friendship bracelets. That's not.
It doesn't look like that. I still have 2 points of inspiration I also never used.
You can use a point of inspiration to re-roll.
I will use one, because I do really want to see his memory, and I'm hoping
I mean, either way, you're gonna get a memory. It just might not be the one you asked for.
Okay, this time I got 15.
Nice.
15. So this will not be the last time she was happy, but it will be one of the times she was happy prior to corruption.
Okay, that's still good.
Just as always, the bedroom goes white, and from your feet grow fields of lavender. And the sky is a brilliant blue, practically cloudless. And we hear humming and singing of women as they're sort of
I like how you both look at me.
making their way through the field, and 2 of them take each other's hands and go, "Come on, come on!" We get taken closer to the edge of the forest, where there is a big rose bush. It's just wild. And it's almost in the shape of like a dome, like it's a house, kind of. Coming out of the hut is this beautifully plump woman. Curvaceous as fuck, very pink, long flowy pink hair. This sort of minty opalescent dress, and flowers just all through her hair, all sorts of flowers. She's not massive as she was in that one memory you saw. Right now she looks more humanoid height. And she goes, "Is it time already? I was just taking a nap." And they're like, "I'm just taking a nap." "Oh, shush. Don't be too loud, you'll wake him." And she picks up her skirts and goes, "Come on." And all the girls giggle and they walk away. And in the field, we see, sort of flattened out by prior use, it's just like this big group of women braiding each other's hair, like making flower crowns, sleepover, and you can see where there is usually a fire pit going, but right now there's no fire. And she goes, "Okay, wait for it." The wind whooshes. "Wait for it!" And all the women get excited. They're like, "Come on, brother!"
Oh, bless him.
And on the wind,
so much more brightly colored than you have ever seen him, is a younger Zephyr. Oh, baby. And he spins and twirls around and lands very dramatically. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's him. And
Cute.
they're talking to him in not the, oh my gosh, I want him to like kiss me sort of way. They're talking to him like, oh my gosh, it's like our big brother. And Prospera goes, I made a flower crown out of your favorite flower. I have a favorite. Well, I think you'll like this one. I call it Zephyr. And she puts it on his head. I suppose the color's okay. And he's looking in like a puddle on the ground. I like it. Approved. And all the girls laugh. And they all sit down and she goes, let's all have tea.
He's everyone's gay best friend.
He is. Yeah, he is. And this is him being like innocent as fuck. And then Prospera goes, so tell me about Ariel. Stop. We don't have a thing. Okay, let me tell you. And he starts saying how in love he is with Ariel, and as he goes into this, we close on Prospera beaming as we come back to the present.
Oh, no.
I feel like I would have held my dad's hand like tighter during it, and I would have started crying silently.
I think you were both doing the same thing. And then the door opens. Oh, there you two are. I thought he was on the shitter. Do you need a minute? I can close it off.
I think I'll take maybe a few more moments.
Yes. She closes the door.
So, I don't know what you're gonna think of me when I say this. I'm trying to be her pen pal. I promised her mother, and I promised myself that I would help her any way that I could. And I do genuinely want to be her friend.
I know you do. I know you do. Yeah.
I have nothing to hide from her. I also think I should tell you one more thing. And I'm going to ask you to try to keep your sanity as best you can when I tell you, because it's probably going to make you feel a little uneased.
I've had worse days.
She can probably hear everything we're saying. Because you're undead.
Actually, no.
No?
No.
Oh, I was curious about this.
So, little thing about being a fresh undead. She hasn't established a deep connection with me yet. But she will in time. But it'll take literal years.
Understood.
I'm too fresh.
No, I guess, how does this make you feel?
I would hate if she took her hatred for me out on you. And she knows that. So if you give her an opening, she'll take it. Please be careful. I can't stop you, but just be careful. You're your old father.
I made her a friendship bracelet.
Oh my god, of course you did. Oh. I love you. You know that I love you for that. It's I just don't want her to hurt you.
I think we don't have to roleplay it, but I think she would share the letter with him.
He would read it and be like, she's not going to make it easy.
Well, she also doesn't know that I don't take it personally.
That's good. Gwilla, can I be honest about something?
Please?
I really need to shit. And if you're okay with it, I think that's where we'll end that scene.
Yeah.
That's a comedic moment. So the next scene was I promised Authority some time working in the garden with him.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I thought it would be funny if there was awkward tension between Val and him as well.
Yes.
But I want you to go hang
I'm
out.
really glad that we're getting in the time with Val while he's here.
Yes.
We're all trying to make that work.
I figured you probably wouldn't be here long, so
Yes.
on that channel.
Authority is looking at your work. You took my advice so well.
What do you think of the creepy fox I tried having in this hair?
I love it in your hair. It's fabulous. Just make sure Paeris doesn't ruin it. And he looks across the way and he's glaring at Val.
I'm just gonna keep clipping.
Val is also clipping. Too close. It's not too close. It's too close. It's not your garden.
Paeris falls through the window because they heard their name.
If you want to get in on the scene, you can.
No, it's good. You're good.
Authority is just right over Val's shoulder. You know, I could clip this better if you weren't breathing down your neck. You're going to clip it terribly either way. I might as well be watching you. Val turns. I'm sorry. We don't even know each other. Have I offended you? As a matter of fact, as in Mosalith, you have. And let me tell you why. He sort of pulls Val further away from you.
I'm just gonna be. I'm having a great time with this flower.
Mr. Mosalith, you may be the best wizard in all the lands, but you're still probably the worst father. Now, someone who didn't get to be a father to his daughter, I do not respect how you raised Gwilla. That's fair. Yes, it is. It's more than fair. I want you to know that should something happen to you in this world, I will gladly adopt Gwilla as my own. But not for you, but because I see that she's an exceptional woman despite you. Val looks like he's gonna cry. And if you survive this, I suppose I could teach you how to be a better father to her. If you don't test my patience. If I was a man with more pride, I'd probably tell you to fuck off, but I have no pride because I would like to learn how to be a better father, please.
At that moment, can I run over with a new flower that I did with that spell that Ellie taught me?
Yes.
Look at this. I have no idea what this is. Isn't it cute?
That is adorable, Gwilla. It is very lovely. I love the color. And I think it's an orchid mixed with a fuchsia. Would you say so, Mosswood? Yes, I would say so. I think so indeed, yes.
Put it in the garden.
Yes, and they both say that at the same time and look at each other. Yes.
I'm so happy you guys are bonding. We're just in sync. Okay, I'm gonna put it in the garden. She's like,
They look back at each other. I'm not bonding with you. No, of course not. No. Val's blushing a little bit. We're gonna end that scene.
Oh.
Val's bi, okay?
I was like, yeah, I kind of ship it.
I kind of shipping out too.
Hey! I mean, but just imagine, Gwilla has Authority as a stepdad, and that would be the cutest thing ever.
That would be really fucking cute.
Like, that would be like a web, that'd be like
Stepdad edition.
But there's there's a cute chemistry here.
I mean, granted,
unexpectedly.
we also could make them poly.
We could.
They could be the poly couple.
The token poly couple.
We would just have to see how Enola and Authority react to each other.
That'd be fun. Well, wait, they do have a common connection to Riot.
They do. They do, indeed.
Authority is the top.
He so is the top.
His name is Authority.
That would be hard down to the poly or whatever happens with these three because they're
You'd have so many parents. You already have so many parents. But next scene.
Paeris.
And the Paeris.
Your next scene, my dear.
Okay, the final scene was going to be I wanted to go see Sammy
Okay.
and
Cool.
share the other Marvel memory that I've been holding on to with him because I want to start getting him to be more proactive with us since he's one of the Fae we can get in contact with the best.
Nice.
I don't like wars.
I know you don't, and I came here very out of the blue with this.
And they're my siblings.
All the more reason why I think you're the best person to ask for help with this.
I'm the worst person, but continue.
You're the best.
I am the best.
Exactly my point. Look, I need your help. We need your help at this point. You are one of the most amazing Fae that we have had the pleasure to meet. And I'm not just saying that out my moss.
Stop. But go on.
And with that being said, you have allowed us connection to you that many of the others will not. At least,
Yes. I'm very generous like that. Yes.
which is why I am going to help for you. You know your siblings better than any of us.
Mm-hmm.
And if we are to help them come back to themselves, we need to understand them a little better so that we can connect with them too.
I
You see
am
where I'm trying to go with this?
between you and me. I am working on something. And I don't know how Lilith would feel about this information.
To start with? No.
But you understand. How much do you understand about Voltus?
A relatively good amount at this point.
So you understand that Voltus is now in two?
I do.
What if I told you that my dear little sister sparked from a fragment of Zephyr?
I would actually be very surprised by this.
Zephyr was originally the Fae of the unconscious, not just nightmares, but also dreams. He decided to minimize his domain to just nightmares to get revenge on the humans who killed his friend. What did they say? Roommates?
Also, can we just confirm Iceland is the one who was born from the fragment Zephyr? Cool.
What does that have to do with Fultus, though?
Okay.
So Fultus is the same way where he's sort of broken it. He was just making sure that Gwilla understood the concept. Gotcha.
Okay, yes, I do.
Now, it would be lovely to see my little sister continue to grow and be her own person. And perhaps they will just have to be separate entities from now on. But there is a chance, however slight, that she could go back into him. And he could be more himself.
And just because I think the term is flabbergasted. It's really fun to say.
It's a very fun word, yes.
Prospera sparked from Zephyr.
No.
No.
Prospera and Zephyr were sort of like twins. She is obviously the younger, but in essence, out of all of our siblings, they get along the best. And I don't think there's anything in this world that Prospera could do that would make Zephyr ever change that. Because he will always see her as that baby sister. And I think that's another reason why he resents Iselin. Iselin, in his eyes, is a replacement. Whether that's true or not, only my mother could say.
I don't believe she is.
I don't believe so either.
Well, it's probably the first time I'm doing this, but I have a Zephyr memory marble, and I was wondering if you would look at it with me and give recommendation as to what you feel is a beneficial thing.
For you to know?
For me to know without invading his privacy necessarily, but that maybe could help him too, because I get the feeling he's maybe not showing his true colors after seeing something in another memory. I think he's repressing something about himself.
He's repressing a lot of things. I'll let you have this one. And he takes your hand with the marble and then tosses it in the air. You don't have to roll for this. He's just gonna show you.
Oh, neat.
Cool.
Freebie.
Freebie scene.
We're back in the fields again, but they're not the lavender ones. These are wheat. We're in a valley.
Oh, valley. Yeah.
The sky is swollen and gray and depressed. We see the wheat sort of cave in and trail into the fields until it lands on a pair of feet with shoes that kind of point at the end, kind of like elf style. Those shoes belong to a body of a rather well-built air genasi. And despite his rather masculine physique, you can tell that he's a cinnamon roll just by his face curvature and the muscles he's used to smile so much in life. His hair that is literally clouds spill out and are starting to wisp away into nothing, making him bald. As he lays in the arms of a Zephyr similar to the one you saw in the memory not too long ago. You don't see Zephyr's face yet, but you see the rain come down on him as it sort of makes his hair all drab. We see, sort of shuffling through the fields, is a concerned Prospera. Brother, these humans, they're not... I know it's hard to believe, but they're not all bad. It's just those ones. The ones that did that. The other humans are nice. I know, I've talked to them. We could do something about this. And he looks up, and he is crying red and blue and gold tears. In his eyes, the whites of his eyes are red, and his pupils are golden. He sort of cracks and crunches in his back and his shoulders, and he becomes beast-like. And he lets go of Ariel. He flexes his very long, butterfly-like fingers. Forgive me, sister. I have vengeance to invoke. No, don't. I have no choice. They have to pay. They have to learn. And he takes to the skies, and it thunders as Ariel's body just turns to air. And that's the end of that memory. Ariel was different. The closest I've seen him to that was your Lilith. Granted, it's probably creepy from your point of view, but we are ageless beings.
It is a bit creepy to me, yes.
And it's sort of impossible for us to not know someone at least, or their ancestor, So to us it's our normal, but for you, not so much. Doesn't make it right, I'm just explaining.
That's fine.
When the humans came to the Fey Wilds, which is what this land all used to be, they shot down anything that was strange. Not all of them, but some of them. The ones who had been plagued by our tricks. And then they killed Ariel. Zephyr became the Nightmare King. Eventually, that horrible accident happened for Isabetta's family, and she met Deedra, and the dragon chased us all away.
I don't understand why they would just keep killing things that they didn't understand.
It's going to keep happening. History is a horrible thing like that.
Did they think doing that would get at Zephyr?
They thought doing that would get the Fae to leave them alone. They didn't understand the Fae.
Did they use Ariel as bait?
They thought Ariel was the Fae. They didn't know what he was.
I don't know what Genasi were.
No, Genasi were probably just fairies to them. As were the mushroom folk, the feline tabaxis, you name it. These humans came from a world where none of that was a thing.
So they killed him to make a message to the Fae, not realizing that he wasn't even.
And here we are. I hope that helps. Somehow.
Thank you for being so open and willing to help me understand your siblings so that maybe I can help them better. And she takes out something she also made for Sammy, too.
Aww.
You'll notice this is going to become a habit.
Friendship bracelet.
Takes 4 of her teeth.
Oh.
And a dragon scale.
Oh.
And she made it into a friendship bracelet for him.
Ooh, I love jewelry.
He immediately puts it on.
Ooh.
Zero hesitation.
Yes. Thank you. Well, and thank you for caring. And I think if you're okay with it, that's where we'll end that scene and I'll wrap up tonight's session.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go for it now.
Eventually,
Friending the
we
Fae.
come back to Ellie's fake funeral.
Yay!
Gwilla takes a seat. The others come up and say kind words. Of course, all these NPCs, aside from the ones mentioned earlier, legitimately think that Ellie is dead. Is there any NPC that we want to hear from before we leave this funeral scene? Anyone we want to know the true thoughts of?
Let me see. I'm gonna say maybe Charles.
You want to hear what Charles has to say about you?
Sure.
So he's convinced you're super dead. He goes up to the podium. Hello.
It's me.
I did not know the deceased long, but I knew her well in a way that only she would understand. We both cared about someone very deeply. And frankly, without Ellie, I don't know if that person is going to be able to be saved. But Ellie reminded me that even the worst monsters weren't always that. Ellie gave me hope when I had none left. And I hope sincerely she's happy with her parents. And Ellie, if you hear this, say hi to mine too. Yeah, that's all. And he leaves.
Yep. There's other characters left here, but also time is a thing.
Well, what did you say?
There are other characters I'd like to hear speak, but again, time.
Yeah, I think ending it on Charles is probably good.
I want Ellie to send not like a whole thought, but just something.
To Charles?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm gonna say he's sitting in his seat. Trying to keep it together.
He just catches a vibe. I know that made me cry. I'm so sad.
Oh, Marina!
I'm gonna give you a hug.
Do you say anything to him, or just...
I don't know. I don't know if that's a good idea. Actually, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just gonna say, I'm okay.
In the second those words form in his mind, he gets hopeful and he starts to look around.
I'm gonna wave at him.
Then he squints and sees the glasses. Casually gets close to you.
Backs away slowly.
I like your glasses.
Thanks.
He hears your voice. You little shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You are so much more clever than I thought you were.
My name's Anthony.
Nice to meet you.
I'm working at the Prospera Manor. Replacement for a recently vacated position.
Interesting.
He looks at you with all the sincerity in the world. And he kind of looks like he's gonna hate what he's gonna say.
You can call me Charlie.
I want to give him a hug.
He hugs you back. Because he always said, I'm Charles.
Yes.
I'm not Charlie.
She's gonna hug him. She's gonna be like, yeah, I know.
I'm glad he knows. That would have been so sad if he just...
Gave a poke completely.
Wick and Kay also said very nice things.
I bet they did.
On this same day,
Oh boy.
we go back to Catharsis Castle. And this is the
dear.
last scene,
Oh
folks,
dear.
where
No.
the Tiger Lily Witch is just about finishing up the paper as her queen looks out at her kingdom of ruin, the vines still sort of fastening the outfit.
Vining.
Baby vine.
Vining.
Vine's still vining.
Meanwhile, Mosswood, the most treacherous of all the settlements, still remains in hiding like the cowards they are, refusing to hand over the princess that they have stolen, even with the death of Eliana Astor. If you did not know who this drow girl was before, she was the sister to our beloved queen, Sidra Astor.
Wait, what? How'd everybody know that? Oh, bitch.
She thinks you're dead.
Look at my cover.
You're dead. You still have a cover. Ellie had been raised back from the dead by the vicious Lady Beatrice Wisteria in a vain attempt to stop Her Majesty in the efforts to spread her paradise.
Lies. Oh, lies. Oh, what? Slander of my dead ass name.
Ellie had been thoroughly brainwashed and convinced that she was doing the right thing, and died again for a cause that sought to use her for their own selfish means, such as Lady Beatrice Wisteria trying to take the crown.
Does Sidra know that's fucking fake news?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Lies. All lies.
With the body of Ellie burned, the queen now has no hope of recovering her sister. This is why we must fight and stand beside our queen. For with her, there is no death, there is no loss, there is only eternal Eden. Well said. Tiger Lily looks up from the paper and gasps. Gone is the black veil of mourning. Gone is most of the black skirt of the queen's black dress. In its place are gigantic rose petals of different colors that ooze of black hair, or perhaps blood. Her hair is now free-flowing, and the crown rests on top of it slightly askew. Spilling over her good eye is more of this black ichor. Her purple aster eye remains glowing with arcane energy. She holds out her arms. Like the new look? I thought Your Majesty would be... Morning, Ellie. Oh, Sidra. Sidra is. With a wicked grin, she gets closer to the Tiger Lily Witch. But Sidra isn't here right now.
Sidra isn't home.
She's taking a little vacay. She'll be back once we get the princess and Catharsis covered by the curse. So you're... Oh, I'm all Prospera now, baby.
No.
And it's good to be back. She spins back around. You know, grief is a funny thing. They say it comes in 5 stages. Denial. She raises a hand and Harini rises from the courtyard. Anger. Rachel rises from the courtyard. Bargaining. Another massive body emerges, one that is headless and mostly made of a tangle of vines. Depression. We see the bones of obsidian gathered in the center of the courtyard being reconnected by vines again. And acceptance. She whips back around. But I don't like that one. So I'd like to add something a little different. Rising from the blood pool is a humanoid body.
Don't like that.
It steps up slowly, so covered in blood. Very edgy. The only discerning feature is when the head begins to fizzle and boil until a purple flame glows.
Oh shit.
Madness! And that's where we'll end.
Amazing.
You did it.
All right.
Oh my